Hey there, fellow Americans. Breaking news that could put money directly in your pocket. We're talking about the $3,000 stimulus payment that's reportedly set to hit bank accounts starting April 29th. The White House has just announced what they're calling a revolutionary new distribution strategy to get these funds to Americans faster than ever before. But is this really happening? And will you qualify? Stay with me for the next few minutes as we break down everything you need to know about this critical financial update. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell right now so you don't miss any future updates about stimulus payments, government programs, and financial news that could directly impact your wallet. Let's dive straight into what we know so far. According to recent announcements, the Trump administration has unveiled plans for what they're calling instant relief payments, a $3,000 direct payment to qualifying Americans. This comes as part of the administration's economic recovery strategy after President Trump's recent return to office. The payment system has reportedly been completely overhauled from previous stimulus distributions, with a much more streamlined process designed to eliminate the weeks or even months of waiting that characterized earlier stimulus rollouts. But here's what you really need to know: who actually qualifies for these payments? Unlike previous stimulus packages that had complex income thresholds and filing requirements, this new program reportedly has simplified eligibility criteria. Current reports indicate that single filers who earn less than $75,000 in their most recent tax return will receive the full $3,000 payment. For married couples filing jointly, that threshold increases to $150,000. But what if you earn more than that? The payment amount will gradually decrease for those with higher incomes, phasing out completely for individuals making over $99,000 and couples making over $198,000. Now you might be wondering, what if I haven't filed my taxes yet this year? According to the announcement, the Treasury Department will use your most recent tax information on file, whether that's from 2023 or 2024. But be aware, if your income has significantly changed since your last filing, it could affect your eligibility. Have you experienced major income changes recently? This might be a good time to ensure your information is up to date with the IRS. A critical question on everyone's mind: how will these payments be distributed? Here's where the new strategy comes into play. The administration has partnered with major banks across the country to facilitate what they're calling instant deposits. If you've previously received tax refunds or stimulus payments via direct deposit, you're already in the system and should receive your payment automatically beginning April 29th. But what about those without direct deposit information on file? Physical checks will still be issued, but there's a significant delay. Those aren't expected to start mailing until mid-May. Have you checked your bank account details with the IRS recently? This might be the perfect time to make sure your information is correct to avoid any delays in receiving your payment. The IRS has reportedly set up a special portal on their website specifically for updating banking information for this stimulus payment, though the deadline to make changes is fast approaching. But why is this happening now? According to the administration, these payments are part of a broader economic stimulus strategy to combat lingering inflation effects and boost consumer spending. Official statements suggest that placing money directly into Americans' hands will provide immediate relief to families still recovering from post-pandemic economic challenges while simultaneously stimulating local economies. Critics, however, have raised concerns about the timing and approach. Some economic experts question whether another round of direct payments might actually contribute to inflation rather than help combat it. Others have pointed out that the national debt continues to grow with each new spending initiative. What do you think? Are direct payments the right approach, or should the government be exploring other economic solutions? Here's something important that many Americans might not realize: these payments are technically considered advance tax credits, not income. This means they shouldn't be taxed on your next year's return. However, it's always a good idea to consult with a tax professional about how any government payment might affect your specific financial situation. Have you factored this potential payment into your financial planning for the coming months? Now, let's talk about some potential complications. If you owe back taxes, child support, or have certain other federal or state debts, your payment might be reduced or offset entirely. This is similar to how previous stimulus payments were handled, though there are reportedly some new protections in place for those with outstanding student loan debt. What about dependents? Unlike some previous stimulus programs, this one reportedly includes additional funds for dependents, $500 per eligible dependent, regardless of age. This means both children and adult dependents could qualify, which is good news for families and those caring for elderly parents or disabled adult children. For Social Security beneficiaries, railroad retirement beneficiaries, and Veterans Affairs benefit recipients, the process should be particularly seamless. Like with previous stimulus programs, if you receive these benefits and don't typically file a tax return, you should still receive your payment automatically without having to take any additional action. One common question we're hearing: what if I don't qualify based on my previous tax return, but my income has decreased significantly? There will reportedly be an opportunity to claim the payment on your 2025 tax return if your 2024 income would qualify you, even if your 2023 income did not. This could be particularly important for those who lost jobs or experienced reduced work hours over the past year. Another frequent question is about adult dependents who have recently become independent. If you were claimed as a dependent on someone else's tax return previously but are now filing independently, your eligibility will be based on your most recent filing status. This could mean you're now eligible for your own payment when you weren't before. The administration has emphasized that this distribution will be faster and more efficient than previous stimulus rollouts, but they've also cautioned patience. While April 29 marks the beginning of the distribution process, it may take several weeks for all electronic payments to be processed, and even longer for paper checks to arrive by mail. Have you experienced delays with government payments in the past? The recommendation is to wait at least 2 weeks after the initial distribution date before contacting the IRS about missing payments. What steps should you take right now? First, make sure your direct deposit information is up to date with the IRS. Second, be vigilant about potential scams. Remember that legitimate government agencies will never call, text, or email asking for personal or banking information related to stimulus payments. And finally, have a plan for how you'll use these funds if you qualify, whether that's catching up on bills, paying down debt, building your emergency fund, or making necessary purchases you've been postponing. As we wrap up today's update, remember that financial situations can change rapidly, and government programs often evolve as they're implemented. We'll be keeping a close eye on this developing story and bringing you updates as soon as we have them. If you found this information valuable, please hit the like button and share this video with friends and family who might benefit from this news. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for continued updates on stimulus payments, government programs, and financial strategies to help you navigate these uncertain economic times. Drop a comment below with your thoughts on this stimulus plan or any questions you might have. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.